This feels weird, doesn't it? I am not sure what happened. Right, how do I even begin? I'm not sure. So hello, how are you? It's so good to see you. If you don't remember me, hello, my name is Pip. I used to make booktube videos. I then stopped and I haven't uploaded anything for about 5 years and I've literally aged. So first of all, apologies for not uploading anything for 5 years. I am sorry that I just sort of vanished from this platform without saying anything. To put it very simply, the reason why I left was literally just that I couldn't fit this into my life anymore. I didn't have the time, and 2017, 2018 and 2019 were just completely and utterly relentless and non-stop, and I didn't even read very much, let alone have time to film and edit. So YouTube just really fell down the list of priorities for me, and unfortunately, before I knew it, I just wasn't really a booktuber anymore. So a couple of years went by and I realised how much I missed it and how much I wanted to come back, but I kind of got into that thought pattern, which maybe you'll be familiar with, of, you know, why bother? No one gives a shit what you think, etc. Quite mean thoughts. We convince ourselves to not do things sometimes, even if we really want to. I just haven't stopped thinking about it, and I've consistently been thinking about what I could do and what I would make and how much I would probably enjoy it, and it's just time to bite the bullet, you know? I just knew it was time to come back. I missed it so much. I missed my little community and I missed all of you, and I think I actually have the time to do it again. I think I can make the space and make the time in my life to do this. So yeah, if you don't know, or if you've forgotten, which would be fair enough, my name is Pip. I live in London and I'm a book cover designer at Simon & Schuster, and I have been for about 7 years now. I absolutely love it. I still love designing book covers. I've done a lot since I've left. In terms of what you can expect from this channel, I'm definitely going to be continuing the book content. So there's going to be reading vlogs, wrap-ups, book hauls, hopefully some book design videos, depending on what I can do. I think it would be really interesting to show you some bits and bobs relating to my job. I want to make videos that are fun and peaceful and honest, and I just want to talk about books. That's what's going to happen here. And I hope that that's something that you're interested in. Feel free to subscribe, unsubscribe, do what you've got to do. I understand either way. Please let me know how you've been in the last 5 years in the comments. If any of you remember me, do say hello. It'd be so great to hear from you. We're now going to make a slightly awkward cut to future Pip, who's going to talk about my favourite books that I've read while I've been gone, because I think it would be interesting to give you an insight into my reading tastes, what I've loved. So we'll be going there now, because the sun is now going down. You understand. Okay, good. I'm going to start things off with my favourite book of 2021, which was Salt Slow by Julia Armfield. This is a book of short stories. I don't think I would necessarily categorise them as horror short stories, but they're definitely quite dark, very unsettling. At times they feel quite surreal and almost nightmarish and dreamlike, which I absolutely love. My favourite story was called The Great Awake. I absolutely loved that story. It's so bizarre, but it's such an interesting idea. I think this is a solid book of short stories. There weren't any that I didn't really enjoy. I thought they were all great, but there were some absolute stunners in here, and I can't wait to reread this. Probably this year, to be honest. This is... How do you hold books on like that? Am I... Is that even in the frame? Fuck. This is a non-fiction book. It's a bit of a cult favourite for a lot of people, and it's Just Kids by Patti Smith, which funnily enough I got white paint all over, and I have no idea how. This follows Patti Smith when she was a teenager and she moves to New York City with no money, no belongings, and she just decides that she's going to try and make it work and be an artist, and it's absolutely incredible. So fascinating. I wouldn't call anything a must read for anybody, but I think if you're an artist and you haven't read this yet, I really highly recommend that you do, because I think you'll get something from it. This is one of my most recent reads, and it's Luster by Raven Delany. This follows a young woman who is in a polyamorous relationship with a married man, and she moves in with his family. So she lives with the husband and his wife and his child, and she kind of develops different relationships with everybody, and it's just an absolutely fascinating read. This is one of the most incredibly written novels I've ever read. I can't get over her writing. It was like not a single word was wasted. Every single sentence was crafted so carefully, so beautifully. I can't wait to read this again and get even more from it, because it's almost like on first reading you couldn't possibly get everything that the author wants you to from it, because it's so compact, it's so careful, it's just honestly insane, completely unreal. One of the best books I've ever read in my life. I can't wait to see what she does next, and I love this. You beautiful, beautiful book. I love you. Come here. Right, The Confession by Jessie Burton. I love this book so much. I wouldn't like to compare this to The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, but I think you could compare it. I feel like they come from the same family. It's a dual timeline. It follows a young woman seeking answers about her mother, and she befriends this older woman who is looking back in time at her life in Hollywood, and the people that she's met, and secrets are unveiled. I think the writing is perfect, flawless. I love Jessie Burton. I just highly recommend this if you love The Seven Husbands and you want to read it again, but like different. I think this could be for you. So another favourite book of 2021 was Boy Parts by Eliza Clark. This follows a young woman who is a photographer slash artist. I went into this not knowing anything about it, and I would honestly really recommend that, because I don't think I really understood what this book was going to be, and working that out as I went along was really fun. I would definitely look at the trigger warnings for this one, because there are quite a few, but there were some really interesting discussions going on about being a narcissist, sexuality, rage, trauma. There's a lot going on. It's definitely very dark, but I absolutely loved it. So another favourite of last year was Grown by Tiffany D. Jackson. I listened to this on audio, which I think everyone can collectively agree is an incredible audiobook. The narrator is so good, so I highly recommend listening to it. This is about a teenager called Enchanted. She dreams of being a singer, and she unfortunately starts being groomed by this famous R&B artist. So probably goes without saying that this isn't an enjoyable read, but I think it's just such an amazingly told story. This is a really powerful, remarkable read, and if you are okay with the trigger warnings, then I really highly recommend that everyone read this. The next one is just The Secret History. I didn't think I would like it, and then I loved it. And no one was more surprised than me. I was completely obsessed with this. It's astonishing. It didn't feel that long when I was reading it for some reason. Just completely brilliant. Everyone was right. The last one is a short one, but I'm going to talk about I'm Thinking About Ending Things by Ian Reid. This is one of the most enjoyable reading experiences I think I've ever had. So I wanted to talk about it. I'm going to put it down because it's shiny. If you don't know what this is about yet, it follows a man and a woman. They're in a relationship and they are embarking on a trip to meet his parents, I think. I thought it was completely unhinged, very disturbing, had no idea what was going on, and I've just realised that I really like books like that. So this was very enjoyable and I'm really glad I read it. And I think they're the best books I read since I've been gone. I think that's all of them. I've almost certainly forgotten one, but you know what? It's fine. Right, well, thank you very much, Future Pip, for filling us in on the books. That's very good to know. So again, thank you for being here. It's really lovely to be back. And please do let me know if you have any new favourite books that you've read, maybe in the last year, the last couple of years, anything that you think's been outstanding and you would recommend. That would be tremendous, and I would really appreciate it. So I think that's everything. I'm gonna shut up now. And I'm gonna go. I haven't talked this much in a really long time. Right, cool. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.